Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of Clutch Conversations. It's your boy Mike. We are back at you one more again on a Thursday, but guess what? We're not live this time. This is a pre-recorded episode. This is actually the first pre-recorded episode that we are doing. I'm going to be out of town on Thursday. When you see this, it'll be Thursday, November 3rd, when this previews or when this premieres. And so I'm going to be out of town, so I ain't going to be able to catch y'all live. So I'm definitely going to be missing y'all in the chats, but the show must go on. And so we didn't want to miss a week. So we got a dope ass guest for y'all. But before we get into that, let's touch on some housekeeping stuff first. First and foremost, make sure you're hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Been looking at the analytics a little bit, and I know 1 out of 4 of y'all who keep coming back watching, you haven't hit that subscribe button. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. It don't cost nothing, and it really helps us out here on the show. So we really appreciate that. This episode is also going to be broadcast on all major podcast platforms. So that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, hell, even iHeartRadio, all major podcast platforms. So please go out and give us a visit there. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. We really appreciate all the support. Speaking of support, if you're involved in this reptile hobby in any shape, form, or fashion, please make sure you are out there supporting USARK and USARK Florida. The link to both of those organizations are in the description of this very video. So make sure you go check them out and provide whatever support you can. Membership is free for USARK Florida, but certainly if you can support financially, please do that because everything costs money. Even freedom costs money. So please help out in any way that you can. Definitely go out and support USARK. The cheapest membership for a non-student is like $40. So I think you could do $40 for the year. But if you're involved in this reptile hobby in any shape, form, or fashion, not just reptiles, amphibians too, please go out there and support USARK. Tonight, we got a very special guest. We got my homie, my mentor, a brother that I consider family. Got the chance to kick it with him and the fam at Tinley, and it was all love. It was all positive vibes. It was a great time. So I really appreciate it. This is his first live, or technically his first podcast, because this was not technically live, but this is his first podcast. This guy is producing some dope ass stuff. You might remember seeing him on Canova's video when he brought him in, when he had the Gene X pod combos. He is really producing some heat. I know you've been seeing that Cypress clown stuff getting posted lately, and all those different combos he got in that project. So this guy's got hella heat, and he's also got hella knowledge. And so you have a hella good time on this podcast. So without further ado, we're going to bring up my homie, my boy, a brother that I consider family and a mentor in this game, Mr. Justin Thomas from Armless Angels, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, what's good, bro? What's good? What's good?
What's going on, my guy?
Shit, chilling. We finally got you on the show. So this is your first live, right?
First live. I mean, it only took you, a year to get me on?
Hey, you got to be persistent. So it's a lot of firsts, right? So your first live is my first time doing a pre-recorded episode. So there's a lot of firsts going on this. So it's definitely very special, man. And one thing I wanted to say to you, I really enjoyed hanging out with you and the fam in Tinley, man. It was all family vibes. Like I was saying, man, I feel like we should have just bust out and played some spades. We got to do that next Tinley.
Oh, yeah. That was a blast, man. That was actually my first Tinley, but I'll be there every year from now on.
Same here, bro. Same here. I don't know if I'm gonna make the March one, but the October one helps me in for it.
Yeah, I probably won't make
me in for it
every October.
Yeah. That it was nice. It was my first Tinley too. So
okay,
I enjoyed it, bro. It was a blast, bro. Yeah, nothing but good vibes. So
have you been to Arlington yet?
No, I haven't been to Arlington. St. Louis. I don't know. Do St. Louis be popping like that?
I don't know. I haven't been to it. I've been to Arlington and Daytona.
Okay. You going to Daytona this year?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely got to link up for Daytona. That's a hop, skip, and a jump. That's right up the road, bro. I'm gonna be there. Like that's my show. Like before Tinley, that was the biggest show I had ever been to, and we've been like the past 3 years. So we went 2020, 2021, and 2022. But that's gonna be an annual thing for us. But Tinley, also going to be an annual thing as well for
Yeah,
October for sure.
for
And I
sure.
want to get to Arlington, bro. Like I was telling folks the other day, like Texas is like one of my favorite places, like on earth, right? I ain't been a whole lot of places, but out of all the places I have been, Texas is one of my favorite places, and I definitely want to get to the Arlington show.
Yeah, Arlington is nice. It's nice. It's not Tinley, but it's nice.
Okay, yeah. It will make you do what it do. So you going to Arlington this year as well?
Oh yeah,
Which one you going to? You going to the early one or the late one?
probably the late one.
The late one. Okay, so that's like September, right?
I think so. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so it'll be August, Daytona,
Yep.
September, Arlington, October,
Tinley.
Tinley. What about BPCon? You going to BPCon?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one.
I want to get to BPCon, so I got to make it happen. I got to figure out how to make all these trips happen.
Yeah, back to back, right?
Yeah, it's back to back to back to back, and it's gonna be hard to get off work. You know what I'm saying? Like to get it to where I need to get it, but I got to figure out how to make at least 3 out of 4 happen, right? And so we'll figure out. So Daytona is almost a given, right? Because I mean, worst case scenario, I don't plan to do it like this because I want to do it the whole weekend. But worst case scenario, we could just make a quick drive to Daytona and make it a day trip. But I really want to make it like the whole weekend, right? Like I want to get there like Thursday or Friday earlier than we did this year, because this year we got there Friday night, like at 10:30, 11.
Oh yeah, you
Hung
did.
out a little bit, but I feel like we missed out on like the whole experience of Friday. So I want to get there a little bit earlier and make a weekend out of it. And we left on Sunday this past time, so we'll do the same thing in terms of when we leave. But I want to get there a little bit earlier so we can, you know what I'm saying, get more from it, do a little more hanging out, you know what I'm saying, and just chill, just kick it and vibe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because Friday is like usually the best day, man, from what I can see.
And same thing with Tinley, because Friday, I mean, you know, I got there like 9 something before I
Right.
got out and about. And so I definitely want to get there early, like probably Thursday to be honest with Tinley. That
Yeah,
way, you know what I'm saying, I can just
yeah.
kind of chill, get myself together, and then Friday it's a whole long day because I mean, you know, Saturday night, bro, I was tired, bro. I was like, man, I'm finna go to
All
bed.
burnt out Saturday night, man. It was like, yeah, that Friday, that's it.
Yeah, so I would try to get to Tinley early, like Thursday, and just do like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe even Monday too. Like leave on Monday again because that makes Sunday better because you ain't gotta like rush out or whatnot.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, man. Before we get too deep in it though, introduce yourself to everybody. Give us some tidbits about your background.
Okay. Justin Thomas, owner of Armless Angels. Been doing it now for going on about 6 years. Been working mostly all clown projects. I got a few pipe projects, but mostly clowns, clown hit, desert ghosts, desert ghost hypo clowns, genetic stripe, desert ghost clowns, but mostly everything's clown in here, man.
Yes, sir. So clown, that's your favorite gene, I take it.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you've been doing it about 5 years, you say?
Yeah, almost 6 now.
Almost 6. So how did you get into it?
Well, I don't have a typical story like everybody else usually starts as kids with reptiles and stuff, which my granddad always loved reptiles, but my grandmother, on the other hand, was terrified. So all we could have was dogs and fish. So yeah.
You sound like my upbringing.
So yeah, I got my first ball python back in 2017. Actually got it from a pet store. So just a regular albino. I had no idea how to take care of it. So I started Googling everything, trying to figure out the substrate, the temps, and humidity. And then I ran across this was back on Facebook when they had all the different groups before they started banning the groups for sales posts and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and I ran into Ryan Pate, and he really taught me all the ins and outs of the ball python community, husbandry. I mean, it was at the point then I didn't even understand what the difference between pastel and super pastel was.
Okay.
So he
got you up to speed on the genetics and whatnot and how it worked and whatnot.
Right. I mean, back then I was asking him questions like, man, what's the 1.0 and the 0.1? Well, that's all it is. I see everybody.
So take us back to that OG setup, because I know it's probably a lot different than it is right now. So take us back to the OG setup. How you had the albino setup?
So the first one was like I kind of designed it myself and had somebody else to build it for me. But it was like this wood. It was more like a wood cabinet. It had 5 huge tubs in it. Mind you, this is for hatchlings now. So it had like 5 huge tubs, and I had the guy to build it. I was like, well, could you like put a screen door on it to close the tubs in? Because I don't want the snakes to get out. So I got this big 5-tub cabinet with a screen door on it, bottom for all my supplies, and I had like albino.
What?
Albino female, a pastel butter male, a super pastel banana male. I think like an orange dream fire. It was nothing recessive besides the albino.
Okay.
So then Ryan got me up to speed on clowns, and I came in. I was thinking like my game plan was to make world's first.
Okay.
Not realizing that, world's first is nice, but that's not the pinnacle of everything.
Right. Like I feel like with so many jeans out there right now, world's first is kind of like, okay, but is it tight? Are you working a dope ass project? Like it's easy to hit a world's first. Like exactly. I feel like I didn't hit a world's first. Like to me, that's not like okay, you get an award for that. Like if it's something that's just super sick, you know what I'm saying? That's different than just you put a few G's together and you hit a world's first. Like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm talking to Ryan. I'm like, man, I'm gonna hit this world's first. I didn't know who Justin Kubelka was.
Okay.
So I'm working on trying to hit these world's first. I'm Googling and World of Ball Pythons, trying to see what hadn't been produced yet. So everything I type in is coming up the little Kubelka logo at the bottom. So I hit Ryan up. I'm like, hey man, who is this Kobiak guy, man? He produced everything already.
Not the Kobiak.
Yeah, so he started telling me about the clowns, and I was like, clowns? I mean, I see them, but I don't really care about clowns. I don't like that. I was more into the pies when I first got in. Because I was looking at when I first saw my first pie ball, I thought it was Photoshop. Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a real snake. I was like, somebody just Photoshop.
It was probably just a regular pie too, right?
Yeah, that was it. Just a regular pie. It was stunning. No orange dream, hypo pie, the desert ghost pie, nothing like that. It was just a regular pie ball. So I started running around to all the pet stores. I didn't know what it was called at the time. So I had this screenshot on my phone. So I'm going to all the Pet Smarts. Hey, do y'all have any of these? Like, oh, that's a pie ball. Yeah, we get those sometimes. So I'm going to different pet stores every week. Nobody ever had them. So I finally went to a Repticon.
Okay.
Flavius Wooten, and he sold me my first pie ball.
Okay. Male or female? It
was a female.
How much that was going for then?
I think they were $400 or $450.
Okay, about the same as now.
Yeah, they hadn't changed much. Just the normal pie tab.
Okay.
So then after that, my next thing was the banana pie. When I ran across Oz, this is when Oz's website was still up.
Okay.
The little photo gallery, and you can see all of his banana pie combos. And for me, that was just unattainable at the time. I'm like, that's a dream, And I saw all of his I think it was just banana pies. They might have been hit hypo at the time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I was just checking all of those out, and I was screenshotting all of his photos off of there. Okay, like, how do you make this? What's the combination to cracking this safe? And I just produced my first pies. I think I produced last season.
So was it having the conversations with Ryan that kind of got you hooked on the clown? What was it about clown that just it made you say, hey, this is my gene, this is what I'm gonna rock with?
Ryan, yep. He kept screenshot and sending me a lot of Justin's photos, sending me all of Justin's YouTube videos, and then I kind of got, addicted to the Kabelka videos every week. Where it's kind of like, Justin coming on in 30 minutes. Because I drive for a living. So when it got close to time for Justin's videos to come on, I would literally pull the truck over.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the side of the road watching Kabelka videos.
I didn't know you drive, so you drive semis?
No, 26-foot box trucks.
Okay. How long you been doing that?
I've been doing that now for 6 years.
That's what's up. So when you saw the Kabelka videos, like what was your game plan? Were you saying I want to make these same snakes, or I want to make some different stuff in clown and kind of like make my own mark?
Well, at the time, I wanted to make the exact ones he was making.
Okay.
But as I learned the ball python industry more, then I started saying, okay, Justin's making the Batman. I want to make the Fire Batman or the Orange Dream Batman. This was before the whole Desert Ghost thing blew up, the Desert Ghost clowns.
Yeah, I heard they used to sleep on DG, bro.
Yeah, for a long time, man. I mean, I hardly even heard anybody talk about DG clowns.
And for me, not being in the game that long, I mean, 2020 is when we got in the game. In fact, the first snake that we got in 2020 just laid yesterday. She dropped 8 for us. Obviously she wasn't the first one to lay, but the first snake we ever got back in 2020. So I ain't been in the game that long. So the whole time that we've been in the game, DG has been hot, right? So I think Precious Pythons was the first person I heard something say about DG, like her, and then the dude that this near 31 South, I believe. I might be getting that wrong, but like they were the first two that I heard talk about DG. And they was like, yeah, DG about to blow up. DG about to blow up. And you know what I'm saying? And me being new, you know what I'm saying? Every time I hear like some positive feedback about a genetic, then obviously I'm gonna look into it. So I started looking into it. And then I saw like what DG could do. And so I had to get me a DG like immediately. And so I reached out to Bob Vu, and I got a super pastel butter desert ghost female. She actually is in prelay right now. Like she's supposed to drop in the next 1 to 2 weeks. But for me, just getting in the game, and DG been hot the whole time, and just seeing what DG can do and how it can preserve the color palette on snakes, it can preserve the paint job on snakes. You know what I'm saying? It's just like unfathomable for me to say DG one hot. Like it's just crazy. Like it's just that just blow my mind, bro.
Yeah, you can imagine it, right?
Yeah, it's just like, wow, y'all slept on DG, but at the same time, folks sleep on hypo.
Same way, yeah.
And that's crazy to me too.
I came in, everybody always slept on hypo. Because I mean, my first clutch that I produced came from a GHI butter hypo to a pastel hypo. I mean, this was no hypo hit clown or hypo hit DG. It was just hypo.
So what were the genetics again?
It was a GHI butter hypo to a pastel hypo.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, because I mean, as far as I can remember, when I got in, I mean, hypo has never been as expensive as Desert Ghost. But to me, I bought my first, I think that GHI butter hypo, I think I paid like somewhere between $600-800 for it.
For a female?
Right, but just starting in the game, to me, that was like an extremely expensive snake, because I'm used to seeing the one in the pet store for $9.99. You know, like, and see, now I'm over there like, oh, that's only $8,000. Okay,
that's only $8,000. I was the same way, bro. When I first got into it, so this kind of like just a little bit of background on like how we actually got into it, right? So 2020 came, obviously it's well documented. Folks have talked about it ad nauseum. Everything changed, shit hit the fan in 2020 when COVID hit, right? And so it just kind of disrupted like everybody's life, you know what I'm saying, and how they live life. And so it just really kind of just changed things, right? And so one of the things that happened for me is start working from home, start having more free time at home, right? And so I started like just looking at more stuff, right? And happened to come across I can't remember dude name. I always forget his name. Like I really should just like write that shit down and just memorize it because I always forget it, but it's part of the story. But anyway, he was feeding one of his retics, right? He posted a live video of him feeding one of his retics, right? And so like that caught my eye and piqued my interest. And then I started remembering back when one of my roommates had ball pythons back in the day. He had like two, right? He had like a normal and an albino. At the time, I probably didn't know them as a normal and an albino, but now just looking back, remembering the snakes he had, that's what he had, a normal and an albino. And at the time, just like you, bro, like I grew up like in a household where pets weren't allowed, right? I got a dog one time when I was in high school, but it still wasn't like a pet home, right? Like my mom is scared of animals. Like she's scared of all animals. Like I love my mom to death. She's scared of, I love my mom to life. She's scared of all animals, bro. And like pets, this was not a pet home that I lived in, right? So I didn't have a lot of exposure to pets. And I damn sure we're gonna have no exposure to no snakes in the house. Like what? Like we had fish. Like fish was like the only pets. Oh, we had a bird, but my mom ain't messed with the bird. But the fish, she was good with the fish. That was the only pet that she was like good with, right? They in the tank, they in the water, they can't get to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nothing to worry about, right? But anyway, I almost forgot where I was going with it, but he had the two snakes, and I started remembering that. And so I started looking into ball pythons, right? And I didn't know that it was all these color palettes and paint jobs and Morse and all this genetic and this whole industry behind like the whole ball python game, right? And so I start seeing the videos, start seeing like all the people and what they was producing. I came across Justin videos, I came across Billy videos, I came across Precious Python videos. Like I just started coming across like all kinds of people videos. And then just like you, bro, I was hooked. I'm always watching the videos, always watching the videos, always watching the videos. You know what I'm saying? And that just kind of like roped me in, right? And so then I was like, I think I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I want to keep snakes. This will be cool. And so, like, I was talking to my wife about it, and she had never kept snakes either. Like, but different than me, she grew up in like a pet home, right? So, like, they had dogs, they had bunnies, they had birds, they had some of everything. And so, like, she grew up in like a more animal friendly home, but what they had no snakes. And she was like, snakes? What? And she went with it. She went with it. But we kept talking about it. I was showing her video, you know what I'm saying? We kept talking about it. So she was like, cool. All right. And so we ended up getting like two snakes, right? But I was on Morph Market, like kind of through that whole process, like looking at the prices of some of these animals. And I was like, man, like this is outrageous, right? This pricing is exorbitant, bro. And I'm talking about this is like $500, $600 animals, bro. I'm like, man, like this is crazy. Why they charging so much, bro? But just looking back at that mentality now, then to how you thinking about pricing now, like it's totally different. Like I seen the Black Pastel Hypo 100% het clown female that Steve had on the table at Tinley for $650, bro. My feelings was hurt because like I couldn't get that. And that was $650, bro. And that's not even a whole lot. Like that's small. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it probably should have been a little bit more. In my mind, it should have been a little bit more because value is also in the eye of the beholder, so to speak, too, right? In my collection, like that would have hit, right? Like I could have did something with that because I'm deep into that project. You know what I'm saying? Like 2-3 years down the road, you know what I'm saying? Like I can drop something into that, and you know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, like I was like, damn, I was sad I missed that. But yeah, I say all that to say this. Like I feel you on like when you first get in, you see those prices, and you're like, man, they crazy, but really they not really that high, relatively speaking. But in my mind, a $600, $700 animal is crazy.
Yeah, back then, yeah. It's
Back
crazy.
then.
I think I was at the it might have been at the Arlington show. And this is when Desert Ghost Clowns, they hadn't really blew up just yet. And Justin had like I think it was a pair of Krypton, Red Stripe, Yellow Belly, double hit DG Clowns or something. It was something like that.
Okay.
But he had the pair posted at 10 grand. So I'm looking like 10 grand. So then JT comes up. JT from Rep the Chip.
Rep the Chip. Okay.
Yeah. He walks up to the table next to me, Justin standing there talking to him, and JT's like, 10 grand for those? I'll take both of them. And I'm like, what? You take both of them.
Hey, you probably want to pull it to the side, bro. That's 10,000.
Yeah. Dude, crazy. But see now, look at my collection now. That's 10,000. That's 6,000. Like, never mind.
Yeah, that mindset changed. That mindset changed. So speaking of mindset, talk about the evolution of your mindset throughout this whole journey. Like, you touched a little bit on where you started. Just talk about how that evolved over time and what was some inflection points that kind of helped that evolution.
Well, basically, I think I fell in love with the hypopods, really. When Ozzy produced, I think it was the Super Orange Dream Inchy hypopod.
Okay.
And from there on, I started investing with Ozzy and mostly Ozzy and Justin. Man, I probably stayed in debt with those guys for like 2 years straight. Because, you could do like that. The 60-day payment plans.
Yeah. Yeah. Trust me. I feel you, brother.
Right. 2 years straight. Pay this one off, buy this one. Pay this one off, buy this. Like the whole time. But I mean, that's basically how I built my whole collection, working those 60-day payment plans until I could actually produce some of these high-end animals myself. And what I did, the first good year I had where I made a decent income off the snakes, I reinvested all of that money back in. And I went in and I bought all the let me see, Red Stripe, Black Pastel, Krypton, Hit DGs, DG Kryptons. As a matter of fact, I got my first double hit DG Clown for like $500. Like that's what they were going for back then. That was the regular price.
For a female.
Right, for female.
Nice.
Now they're what, 12 to 15?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was trying to think what other projects did I dive in. It was mostly just the DGs and the pies, man.
I know you hopped in the pod pretty tough. That's what got you on Canova. Like I know you got an inchy pod from Ozzy, right? And then you got like a hit pod male from Justin. Oh, you got it from Bob. That's right. That's right. And then a hit pod male from Justin. So talk about that and where you trying to go with that project and what you did with the hatchlings.
Well, actually, I'm still holding back some of that hypopod project. But when I originally got into the pies, it wasn't even for that purpose. I just wanted to produce my ultimate then was a Super Orange Dream, Inchy Yellow Belly, Fire Pod. But what happened is I ended up buying a pair of double hits from Joey over at Morph Depot.
Okay, shout out to Joey Kassar.
Yeah.
Homie.
But at the time, neither of us knew that those were double hits. So I was just buying them as these genetically stacked hit pies. So then he calls me one day. Well, he think he hit me on Messenger. But his mail turned out to be hit hypo. So those mails I bought from him were now posse hit hypos. So I'm like, oh man.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, right. I hit Ozzy up, and Ozzy had a Orange Dream hypopod. So I grabbed that one up, and now one of those girls from Joey hasn't produced yet. The other one ended up proving hit hypo. Then I had 2 POS double hits that I produced myself a few years back. One of those ended up proving double hit. So this year I hit a few visuals, and I'm probably holding back 3, maybe 4.
Okay.
So now, I mean, I got into the pirate project just to try to make multi codominant stacked genes. I mean, stacked animals. So I accidentally got into the double visuals.
Gotcha. So those Gene X hatchlings, those Gene X pirate combos,
Right.
I know you sold at least one of them.
Right. I sold one and kept the other 2.
Kept the other 2. Were the other 2 both females, or was one female and one a male?
One was a male, one was a female.
Okay, okay. And so what you plan on throwing into those? Like, you gonna put them back together, or what you plan on doing with it?
I don't think so. That female, I'm thinking I might go something DG Clown to that female.
Nice.
She's super inchy, fire
That a
yellow
slap,
belly.
bro.
But now the thing with the male is he's a OD inchy yellow belly Gene X pied. And I held him. He was going to be my breeder male for my pied project until I realized my pieds will hit hypos. So I bought that Orange Dream hypo pied. Now I really don't need that male, but I don't want to let him go either because I want to hold him for a backup maybe.
So he's ODYB Gene X pod?
Inchy.
Okay, ODYB Inchy Gene X pod.
Right, right.
Okay, okay. He's still probably super bright too, I bet.
Oh yeah, he's still nice. I mean, visually, he's just as nice as he was as a hatchling.
Nice. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I would keep him too. It'll be hard to let that one go.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to let it go, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like I feel why you want to use the other, but it'll be hard for me to let that one go too.
And that's the problem I'm running into. Hard to let it go. I mean, some of the animals, man, when you progress your collection and you produce or either buy better males, now you have a male that you really don't need, but it's so nice, you don't want to let it go.
Right.
Which I probably need to do better with that because I mean, I could put something better in that tub space to produce better animals. I could put a female there that could do better, but it's hard, man.
But like you say, he could be a backup, and that's not a bad backup to have at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. How big is he now?
Now he's about 600 grams now.
Okay, yeah, so he'll be ready to go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So original Cypress stuff, and what do you think makes it pop like that?
Hold on, your screen froze. I missed it. What'd you say again?
Okay, I say your Cypress stuff is just crazy. Can you hear me now? We good?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay, okay. Yeah, your Cypress stuff is just crazy. Like it just hit different. Where did you get your original Cypress stuff from, and what do you think makes it pop like that?
Well, my original Cypress came from Justin. It was a Cypress leopard het clown.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the base to my whole Cypress project. I bred it that first year, and I produced a Cypress leopard blade clown male. And I used that one to produce basically all of my visual Cypress that I have now.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking what's really making those hatchlings pop is the blade. But in my visual male, I didn't even realize that it was blade at first until I started producing off of it. And I was producing these babies that were like, well, I mean, that's a Cypress leopard clown, but it doesn't look like this typical Cypress leopard clown. And in every clutch, it would always be an odd animal that would just look different from your average Cypress. So then I produced what the Cypress OD clown, Cypress OD yellow belly clown, Cypress OD fire clown. Because where I'm really going with is I want to produce super orange dream Cypress clown combos.
Well, that'll be dope, bro.
Yeah, because I saw that one Ozzy made, that super orange dream Cypress black pastel clown, I think. And I mean, it's just like it's glowing, man, like a glow in the dark animal.
Yeah, I want to get hypo into the Cypress Clown project. I don't know if you saw, what is it, ZDC reptiles.
I'm I'm not sure. I think I saw one on
It's
Urban
a it's
Collectors.
it's a young guy. He like probably like 18 years old or something like that, like real young. But he'd been doing it since he was like 12 or something. He was on Snakes and the Fat Man,
Okay,
but he produced a Cypress Spectre hypo clown.
man.
And he actually got it listed now. And that's what I need is a Cypress Spectre hypo clown. I'm gonna try to produce it because I got that Cypress Spectre double head hypo clown. I'm gonna try to produce it, but that's what I need to run into my hypo clown stuff because I love Cypress, obviously love hypo clown, but I want to get Cypress into the hypo clown project because I feel like it's just gonna pop. But
Oh,
yeah, it's nice, bro. It's
man, could you imagine producing something like that at 18 years old, man?
bro, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like I would probably have messed up the money in 18 because I was young and dumb, but he got his head on straight though. So shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him for sure. Because man, when I was 18, I mean, me and my friends were throwing parties with damn 211s and booms for them.
Right? Yeah, me and the homies, we would splurge around town, just try to find something to get into. Like that's what we used to call it, splurging. We just ride around town mindlessly, bro.
Yeah.
Until it was something to do, until it was a party or going to the club, just something crazy, bro. We just splurge around town. Everybody put $5 on gas. You can't do that nowadays, though. Gas too expensive, bro.
Yeah, my friend's mom, he had she had one of those old Cadillac DeVille's with the digital dash in it. And man, we get together, we got like $5 a piece, $20 to see the little digital dash light up and show you how many miles you can drive.
Oh, it's
All
on. Yeah, those were the days, bro. Like we ride, we bumping Master P, we bumping Cash Money. Like
Oh man, that was the
we
fun
go
time.
hard.
Everybody had
Outcast.
everybody was broke.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if I had a $9,500 animal for sale, because that's how much that Cypress Spectre Hypo Clown is, bro. If I got $9,500 at that age, bro, it would have been gone, bro. It would have been gone on something stupid.
I tell you what mine would have went. 412s and some 22-inch
Oh
wheels.
yeah. That was the move, bro. You gotta get some speakers, bro. You gotta get your nice amplifier, bro. You gotta get nice radio, bro.
Oh, but that
Bro,
was like with the Pioneer with the little dolphins that used to jump across the screen.
oh yeah. Bro, I'd have wasted all that, man. It would have made no sense, bro. It would have made no damn sense. So definitely shout out to him because he clearly producing some dope stuff and then reinvesting into his business and just pushing this stuff forward. So I know years from now, he's gonna be one of the top folks in the game. So definitely shout out to him. ZDC Reptiles if y'all ain't following him.
Oh yeah. Keep up the work, my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, I definitely want to get Cypress into the Hypo Clown project. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So where are you trying to go with Cypress again? Like, what do you think is like Cypress pinnacle in your mind?
Cypress Pinnacle would be the Cypress DG Hypo Clown. I mean, as far as just Cypress as the co-dominant side. Now,
Okay.
of course, you could always add Spot Nose,
OD.
yeah, OD, Yellow Belly, Inchy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that project. That's one of my favorite projects, the Hypo Clown project. Like, I mean, low key, I like Hypo Clown project better than DG Clown project.
How did I you about to say that?
Okay.
Because some of those Hypo Clowns are nice, man.
Yeah, like low key, like it's neck and neck. Like clown is my baseline, right? So I baseline clown through everything that I'm working with. But
Right.
then DG and Hypo, they like neck and neck, and like low key Hypo might got him by a hair. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Pick up with that Spot Nose Hypo Clown. What's
Oh yeah,
crazy is when you got it in, you posted it on Instagram. And it popped up, and I didn't look at the name on it. and I saw it pop up, and I was about to screenshot it and send it in our group.
Y'all look at this.
That's Mike.
Oh man, I wish that would have happened. That would have been funny, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to send you a screenshot of your own statement.
Like, Brian, y'all seen this one? Like, yeah, I seen it. And so what's so crazy about that one, bro? Like, so we was on the phone. It's y'all fault I got that snake.
Oh, okay. No, that's what I would tell my wife too.
Like, man, play Justin, play Matt, play Jeffy, play Steven, man. It's y'all. That's the reason I got the snake, because we was on the video chat. You remember that night?
Yeah.
And we was talking about the hypo clown combos, and we was talking about the spot nose hypo clown. And I was like, yeah. Then I went and looked at it and started thinking. My mind started racing. I was like, man, I got to get it. Because I had missed out on Matt Yates's. So Matt Yates had a pastel spot nose hypo clown. And it's like 800 grams right now. It's a female. But somebody had put a deposit on it or whatnot. And so I couldn't get that one. And then I saw the one that Cal posted from Royal Ambassador. And I was like, man, I got to get this one. And it looked real dope on the Morph Market picture. But then when I took it out the bag, when it got here, I was like, damn!
Oh, yeah.
Like, somebody was asking, is it something else in there? But I bought it as a spot nose hypo clown. It's popping, though.
Do you know what the pairing was on that?
I gotta reach back out to him and see.
Because didn't he produce one with Inchy in it? I think.
He did, yeah. He posted it like a couple weeks later after that one. And I started to switch. Like, I started to hit him up. It was like, can I get that one instead? But I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, I already had like, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 snakes on a payment plan. And I ain't need to get into no more snake debt, bro.
And then you can go off and start all over again.
Right. I had to get out of snake debt, bro. I'm never out of snake debt. Like, maybe for like 2 days. I need to do better about that, like, real talk. But yeah, like, because I had that I had a black pastel yellow belly clown female coming. She 1,000 grams plus. I had an ultra male female coming. She was 1,000 grams plus. I had the super gravel female coming from you. She 1,000 grams plus. I had the spot nose hypo clown, and then I had the firefly, red stripe, leopard confusion, het clown. Like, all of them on payment plan at the same time.
Right.
And I was like, man.
Yeah, but as your collection, man, those payment plans, they'll slow down. Because a lot of the stuff you'll start to produce on your own. I mean, it's still gonna be. It'll always be animals that you want. I mean, you just have to have that discipline to know that you can't work every single project.
Yeah, that's like, now that some of my more desired projects starting to like get some legs on them or whatever. Like, I'm starting to produce stuff. Like, I got that double head hypo clown project coming. Because I'm producing well, hopefully it's all females, but it's that OD Inchy black pastel fire clown with the super Inchy lesser hypo. Hopefully that's all females.
And those are what?
If the odds gods love me. Say again.
Did you say that was a double hit pair?
No, it's OD Inchy black pastel fire clown with a super Inchy lesser hypo. And so everything is going to be double head hypo clown off rip. And then everything is either going to be super Inchy or black pastel Inchy. So it is due. So she laid while I was in Tinley.
Okay.
So it's due in
December?
Yeah, early December. I have to look at my, let me look at my notes real quick.
Yeah, I feel some snake debt coming on.
Like un momento. So she do December 8th, roundabouts, right? I always do 60 days because it's easy for me to really kind of do the math, but roundabouts 60 days.
Right.
So
right.
December 8th is when she do. So hopefully that's female heavy. because that'll be the move. That'll be the move. And then I got that super pastel butter DG female. And I paired her with that Inchy Rich. I actually paired her with that same clown male from the last pairing that we just discussed, but he got like one early lock in, maybe two. I have to look back at my records. And the Inchy Red Stripe Batman got all the rest of the locks. And he got the locks while she was building, right? And so I'm hoping that Inchy Red Stripe Batman took her. But at the end of the day, either one will be straight. But I'm hoping that it's the Inchy Red Stripe Batman because that'll help push forward the DG Batman project.
How long have you had that Batman, the Batman male?
Not long, bro. Like 6 months now. That's the one I hit you up about.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was scared, bro. I was scared. I probably hit up everybody in the reptile highway and every time. So like I was scared. I was scared to buy him. I was scared, bro. Because I saw him. I saw what he was posted at. I wasn't that familiar with the breeder.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, something ain't right. Something ain't right. But I needed that animal, right? And so I was super scared because the price was, in my opinion, too good to be true, which was a red flag. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't really know the seller. I hadn't heard of him or whatnot, but he had an IG and he said he got it from Miguel. And then I scrolled down his IG and I saw when he got the snake in, he tagged Miguel and said, I picked up this Inchy Red Stripe Batman from Miguel. And I saw Miguel like the post. And so like me, IG stalking, I was like, all right, that gives me a little bit more comfort. And then he also put on his Morph Market. He was like, yeah, I bought a bunch of snakes from Ozzy. I bought a bunch of snakes from Nova.
Oh, yeah.
This, that, and the third. And so I text Summer, right? And I was like, hey, do you know Buddy? And she was like, I can't speak to his like business practices because I mean, obviously, she wasn't necessarily plugged in with his business practices, but she could vouch for the fact that he has bought snakes from them, which was perfect. That's what I expected, right? I can't expect her to vouch on his business practices if she ain't been involved with him like that. But I just wanted to have some comfort that he had picked up a lot of animals from him. And so I was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna give dude a call. And I gave him a call and he was cool as a fan. Like he either he was like the best salesman ever, or he was just authentic as fuck. He was like, he got into it too deep, he got into it too fast. He needed to get out the game. And so he was moving his collection. And so and he came in breeder ready, bro. And so I hit him with the Nido test and all that. He passed all that, did well in quarantine, was eating like right off the bat. And so he went from QT to booty with the quickness.
That was a sweet pickup, man.
Say again.
So that was a sweet pickup coming in as a breeder, man. Because I mean, back when I first got in, Batman's were $8,500, and I mean that's just a Batman. That's no other co-dominance.
So yeah, that was. I feel like that was a come up. Like I feel like that was one. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, I'm gonna shoot my shot, see where we go.
Yeah, that was sweet.
So, bro, talk about some of your goals. I know you got a lot of goals. Like, speak to some of that.
Well, as far as the ball pythons, my ultimate goal is the financial freedom. So what I really want to do is I want to build my ball python collection, not to where I want to necessarily live off of ball pythons, but I want my ball pythons to pay for my real estate. And I know you're on Oz's Patreon, so
for sure.
Yeah. So I want to get into the real estate game with the ball python income. And I just want to just keep building my real estate.
Okay. So on this past Thursday show, I had Alan from Creme de la Clutch.
Okay.
And he big into bigger pockets too. And Ozzy put me on bigger pockets. And so I've been listening to their stuff. And I really want to get more what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Immerse in the whole real estate, right?
Right.
Like I want to start soaking up that knowledge like more and more and just building on that and just like really making some real moves in that space. And so he was talking about going to BPCon in 2023. I'm not sure where it's going to be. He thinks it might be in Las Vegas, but I'm not 100% where it's going to be. That's why I was asking you about BPCon. Like maybe we can plan some and then just all link up there because I think that'll be a move, bro. And that's a strong look too.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into that because I mean, that's my ultimate goal. I want to do real estate. And while we're on that subject, man, I just want to give Ozzy the shout out because Ozzy was the reason that changed my whole mindset around money, real estate, growing my business. Because he introduced me to the Robert Kiyosaki books, Rich Dad,
Okay, Rich Dad Poor Dad
Quadrant, and Guide to Real Estate Investing. And man, when you read that cash flow quadrant, your whole mindset around money will change.
Yeah.
So when Ozzy introduced me to that, I read that book, listened to Robert Kiyosaki's YouTube channel. Everything around your business mindset shifts from wanting to use that snake income to buy houses and cars and all the little toys and stuff. You'll shift over to wanting to invest.
Right.
And use your investment income to buy all your toys. But you still
Right.
your freedom. You no longer dread and get up to go to work every day when you don't want to, coming home in that rough traffic, dreading the next day. Because you know how the work life is. I mean, you have to get off on Friday,
it's a grind.
dreading Monday. And
exactly. It's a grind.
That lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a grind. Yeah, definitely shout out to Ozzy. Like his Patreon is dope as hell because he's sharing like all that knowledge and really like helping like more, if no pun intended, folks' mind state, just like he's done for you. I know I learned a ton from Ozzy. Like I say, he put me on the BP stuff, and so BP is Bigger Pockets. For those who don't know, go check it out. They got podcasts on there. They got a lot of stuff going on. It's real estate focused. Definitely go check that out. But yeah, definitely he doing big things in the game, right? And he being a leader, right? He's a leader in that space. And so definitely giving him the roses now.
Yeah, give him his roses, definitely. Because I mean, he was helping me with this stuff before he even did his Patreon. And he was telling me he was thinking about doing the Patreon thing so he could help a group of people at one time versus just, people just calling him here and there.
Yeah.
Definitely give him roses now.
100%. Yeah, so I definitely want to get there, bro. Like we were saying earlier, I got to figure out the cadence of these trips because I know for me it'd be hard. Speaking of work, it'd be hard to get off work like that much and be out of town because with me, if I'm going out of town on the weekend, I like to be off Monday too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. Because if I travel the whole weekend and come back Sunday night and then got to go back to work Monday morning, I got a case of the Mondays, bro, and I ain't with it.
It kind of kills your spirit on your vacation because like, I got to go to work Monday,
Yeah. Like I need Monday just to get my mind back into that mentality, that work mentality. But yeah, I want to get to at least 3 of the 4. But Arlington is on the map. BPCon, Tinley, and Daytona. Daytona is a for sure, and Tinley is a for sure.
Pomona.
And then, that's another one, bro. I don't know if we'll make it to Pomona this year. You going?
No, I won't make it this year.
Yeah, I want to go. And then BPCon is something different, right? So it's not a reptile show. So that almost put it as, you know what I'm saying, like the default one I need to make it to, right? And so then that knocks off Arlington, but I really want to go to Arlington. So it's like, yeah, got to figure out something.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll make it do what it do, though.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll make it do what it do. So talk about like some common pitfalls in the hobbies, like maybe touch on some mistakes you made, mistakes you see other folks made, and provide some advice that can maybe help other folks listening to this not make those same mistakes.
Man, the most common mistake, and I see so many of the guys that are just getting in making this exact same mistake. Everybody wants to get in and rush. Like they want to just buy these adults and just start producing snakes in 3 to 6 months. Like you've never owned a snake, you've never bred ball pythons, you don't know anything about the husbandry or nothing. You just want to get in but it's because they see the money.
Right.
And then they jump in and just, well, hey man, I get a lot of guys here. You got any adults for sale? Any adults for sale? I'm like, okay, not really, but I mean, how many snakes do you have? How long have you been breeding? I mean, how many clutches have you produced? And most of the guys, none. I just want to go ahead and start producing now. And the way I see it with ball pythons is, it takes 3 years to raise those females, sometimes 2, depending on how to eat, but for the most part, 3 years.
True.
I believe you really need that 3 years to build your education on the snakes. Like you need that time to actually learn the game. And there's so many people that just want to jump in and rush. So my advice to the new guys getting in, just slow down, take your time. It's no rush, because it's not like you're going to become a Justin Cabelka overnight. You're not going to become
Justin Cabelka didn't become Justin Cabelka overnight.
Overnight. So just kind of
time.
Right. Just take your time, build your females, and stop rushing to buy those males. Because what'll happen is, and I made this mistake too, you'll buy, say, 5 females, and you'll see Justin or Oz or somebody produce a snake. And like, oh, I got a female, I can produce that. And you go buy a male, but you only got 1 female for the project. So then later on, you'll realize, well, damn, I only got 1 male. Now I got 3 males for 1 project. Now I need to sell these, see if I can buy something else. It's like, just take your time, man. Build up your females. After a couple years, then you start buying your males, because I can guarantee you, your mind will change. If you try to put a breeding plan together based on a hatchling female, your mind will change 1,000 times by the time that snake reaches breeding size.
100%.
I mean, I made that mistake. So, I mean, you young guys, if you're trying to breed, don't do what I did.
So what year were you in when you produced your first clutch?
I think I was 2019.
2019, so like 2 years in, 3 years in?
Right. It was 2019. Yeah, 2019 was my first clutch.
Okay. How many clutches you hit that year?
Two clutches.
And what were they?
One was a GHI butter hypo to a pastel hypo.
Okay, so that one.
Yeah, and the other one was a OD banana yellow belly to a hit pie.
Okay. And so, go ahead.
I didn't produce any visual pies on that clutch, but I did produce, of course, visual hypos.
Gotcha.
And even though those were low-end projects, but I mean, when you get your first clutch, I mean, it doesn't really matter what it is.
It don't matter, bro.
I mean, your first clutch, you're sitting there just staring at the incubator. Ow, you're just sitting there, oh, look, just eggs. I mean, it's on 45. You sitting there staring at the eggs.
I think they might be ready. Like, nah, bro, they're not ready.
Not ready.
just chill.
Go, eh?
It's kind of like that watch pot never boils, because by day 40, bro, I'm in there like this the whole time, just looking every day. And one day I happened to walk by and not look, and in my peripheral vision, out the corner of my eye, I see a little head. I was like, and then, bro, I was turned, bro. But yeah, that first clutch, it don't matter what it is, bro. It's that first clutch. It's crazy, bro.
Did you go through the typical I'm not gonna cut them all thing?
I cut them all. My plan for cutting was to wait until 1 pip,
right,
and then cut them, and that's what I did. And I still do that to this day.
Yeah. See, that was my game plan. I was like, I'll wait until they pip and then I'll cut. But my thing was like, okay, I'm just gonna cut 1 egg and see if it's a visual in it. Then you cut that 1 egg.
Cut 1 more.
Well, I can cut 1 more of them. And then the third one, I just cut all of them.
Yeah, once you start cutting, you about to cut them all. You about
Oh,
to cut them, bro.
game over. You might whole clutch. No need to even trick yourself. You're cutting all of them.
Yeah, but that's what I do now. I just I wait till they pip, and then I go in and cut.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the safest way to do it though.
So the second clutch, I think, one of them pip, and then I cut one. It was that one I made the YouTube video, and I think I must have hit like one of them top veins on the egg or something, or whatever. And like that one was it was like juicier than the other ones.
Right.
And then I cut it and like it bled a little bit too much for my liking. Like obviously I didn't hit the snake or nothing. But I guess like the veins that go across the egg, I hit that. And so that freaked me out. When I saw that, I was like, oh. And that's when I was texting y'all, asking y'all about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's typically not the end of the world. I mean, it's fine. But it's just when you do that the first time, you freak out.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what did I do? Because I was like, I know I didn't hit the snake, but it freaked me out because like I was like, man, like your boy on Minister Society, I went to shock when I saw all that blood.
Yeah, I've done that too. But like I said, the first time you do it, you'll freak out. But later on, I mean, you'll realize it's not the end of the world. A snake is usually fine.
Yeah, and all those snakes are fine, eating well, doing well. All right,
Right.
bro. So in terms of the hobby, right? The hobby, the industry. I don't know if you call it the hobby, if you call it the industry, or if you call it a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
But let's talk about like strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And let's get into strengths first. So what are some strengths do you see for the hobby, particularly now and then going forward?
Well, the biggest thing right now is this genetic testing. I mean, I think that the genetic testing is going to be excellent for the hobby, man, because that's going to totally, well, I don't want to say totally eliminate pos hits, because I mean you're not going to test every single clutch.
Right.
But as far as those high end animals that are visual recessives, pos hit, pos double hit, that eliminates waiting those 3 years just to prove that out. So I think that's going to be huge for the industry, man.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's definitely going to be huge for the industry. To not have to raise it up for 2-3 years to prove it out, and to just be able to know all jump. And so if it's a holdback, you got that peace of mind for yourself. If it's something that you selling, then the buyer has peace of mind. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a huge game changer for the industry.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you see any negatives coming from the genetic testing?
I don't. Honestly, I don't think so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what other strengths you think?
Well, I mean, the reptile industry is strong in itself. I mean, there's no other industry where you have the profit margin like ball pythons. I mean, there's really nothing else you can think of with that type of profit margin. And the plus to it, like what Oz is teaching, is you use that profit margin from those ball pythons and invest in real estate, you get all the tax breaks.
Yeah.
Once you get that financial education, you realize that the tax breaks in real estate, I mean, it's crazy. And you can build that with ball python income. And you can build it
Shielding that money from taxes
right,
and
right.
just building wealth.
Just building wealth. And it's pretty much building on its own. I mean, when the market shifts, the value of those properties go up. I mean, that's nothing you physically had to do. I mean, that's just growing wealth on its own.
100%. 100%. So in terms of weaknesses, one that I want to get your opinions on. So right now, ball python market a little bit slower than it was a couple years back. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I see it slowing a bit, but my thoughts on that is not jumping in building these big facilities when you aren't really ready for it. Because for me and you small breeders, if the market slows down, we're breeding in a spare bedroom or a 12 by 20 storage shed or whatever, where you're
Low overhead.
right. You have very low overhead. So if the market slows down, just ride it out. Because I mean, eventually it's going back up.
Right.
Markets go up, markets come down. I mean, it's all part of business. But as far as the weakness, that's really the only weakness I can see in it. Now, if you have a big facility and the market slows down and you were dependent on that ball python income to cover that overhead, that's where you have a problem. But I mean, if you're prepared for it, you got other businesses going, you got real estate, just ride it out.
True.
But as far as weakness, that's really the only weakness I see in the ball python industry.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's
Go
no
ahead.
different from any other industry, though. I mean, that's business. That's all industries.
Yeah, definitely. So, in your eyes, was one of the biggest opportunities for this industry to grow and progress? We already touched on the genetic testing and whatnot, but what are some other opportunities kind of outside of that space?
I think that would be guys like you doing the YouTube channels, these Instagram videos. I mean, as you know, I'm not big on doing videos, but I mean, kudos to you guys who love doing it. I mean, y'all are bringing a lot to the industry because there's so many people that just are waiting on your videos to come on every week. I mean, you may not realize it, but I mean, just like we used to sit around and wait for Justin's videos to come on, there's a lot of guys sitting there waiting for you. Like, hey, Mike's coming on this Thursday, or is coming on Wednesday. Keys is coming on Friday.
Yeah.
Justin's about to update at 11 o'clock. You know?
Yeah, you once you start doing more and more videos, it'll start growing on you. Because I know for me, bro, like even to this day, I still be a little bit nervous, but not like I was back in February when we first started. Because I wasn't big into social media and I wasn't big into doing videos and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of low key in the cut, old school with it. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. Yep.
But as I do it more and more, it started piquing my interest more and more. I get more and more interested in it. And I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna do something and I like it, then I'm gonna start like immersing myself in it. And so I'm like learning more and more. And then I'm also, I think one of the biggest things that's uh I've been learning kind of on this growth or whatever, or this journey, whatever you want to call it, is time management and how to make it fit in my schedule. Cause like that was really kind of my biggest excuse, so to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like we doing this, we doing this, we doing that. We got this, that, and the third going on. I don't have time to do so many videos. And I that's a true statement, right? So everybody got a limited amount of time. Like ain't nobody got more time than the other person in any given day. You know what I'm saying? It's 24 hours in a day, right? And
Right.
then it's just how you utilize those 24 hours. So what I feel like we've gotten better at is kind of fitting it in, right? And another thing too is being consistent and not feeling like everything has to be perfect, right? Everything don't have to be perfect. And that was one of my biggest impediments, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the right word, but that was one of my biggest obstacles with putting out content is like I felt like everything had to be perfect. And now it's just kind of like I want it to be tight, I want it to be nice, but everything isn't always going to be perfect, but just I want to be consistent, right? Like I want to be consistently at a certain level versus inconsistently perfect. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's better in the long run to be consistently at a certain level than inconsistently perfect, right? And so with that, like just posting more videos, posting more reels, and then with the hatchlings and stuff coming out, like I mean that's content for days, right? Like one clutch might turn into 10 pieces of content just off rip, you know what I'm saying? And then especially when you talk about on different platforms, you know what I'm saying? Like one clutch could be 10, 15 pieces of content if you pass it on multiple platforms, you know what I'm saying? Like you might show all the snakes together one time, you might show them individually another one. Like you might make a little video for this, a little video for that. But yeah, man, it starts to get fun. And I have no doubt, bro, especially like with the heat you got, bro, you're gonna be more and more on it, bro. More and more on it.
I believe it could be. But see, my thing is I wasn't coming from a video world. I was kind of nervous about doing videos. And the thing was, my very first video was with Justin Kubelka.
Oh, really? So you started at the top, bro.
But it was a video. So, you know, now it's like, this is my first time doing a video. It's on Justin Kubelka's channel. So I'm froze like a deer in the head.
All right, so give us the behind the scenes. Y'all had to do a bunch of takes, or you was just a natural at it?
Man, Summer did all the editing on those videos, man, because we were getting ready to start the scene to introduce ourselves.
Okay.
And Summer was like, okay, go. And I froze.
I would have did the same thing, bro. I would have did the same thing.
I was like, cut. Like I damn near forgot my name.
In fact, I know I would have did the same thing. So the first live I was on, I don't know if you know it's escaping Morph Nation Reptiles, Romel.
I'm not familiar with that.
Romel Earl, he out of Kentucky. That was the first live I was on.
Okay.
And so he had hit me up. He's like, yeah, I want to get you on the live. I do live on this day. Are you interested? I was like, all right, bet, yeah. So that was cool, right? Because I was honored. I was like, me? And so I get on the live. We talking behind the scenes and whatnot before like the camera started rolling, before it's like truly live, right? And I was good, bro. Like I was good. Like I had been thinking about it, like kind of things I wanted to touch on and whatnot. And so I felt like I was good to talk and do it and say what I needed to say, but I was still nervous at the same time, right?
Right.
But I went like overly nervous, bro. And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna put you backstage. I'm gonna do the intro, and then we're gonna bring you on. So he put me backstage, still no big thing. Bro, I hit record. And that intro music started going, but my heart said douche, 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 douche. I was like, oh Lord, man, what if I just log on?
Now you looking for an exit route, like nah.
I'm like, man, I gotta get out of here, bro. And so like he brought me on or whatever, and he was like, oh, what's up, Mike? Introduce yourself, bro. I was so nervous, bro. Like I broke down and told everybody I was nervous. I was like, man, I'm nervous. Y'all give me a few minutes. I'm gonna get with it. I'm gonna get with it. And as time went on, I got less and less nervous, right? And so by the end of the live, I wasn't nervous no more. And so like that was the first time I had did it live. The second time I had did like a podcast show was on Gershon's Next Up podcast, right? And that was pre-recorded, like this one. That was pre-recorded, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna put you backstage, I'm gonna do my thing, and then we're gonna bring you on, and we're gonna just chat, right? It's not gonna be, because the Next Up series is not long, it's like 15 minutes or something. It's not a heavy lift, right? And so it's a good way to ease you into it. Bruh, he hit record and asked me to introduce myself. I was like, cut.
I did it.
Can we start over? Can we start over? Hey, Gershon was dying, bro. I was like, man, we got to start over, man. Let's do it again.
Right. If you go back and watch that video that I was on with Justin, you'll see, now that I'm telling you, you'll see all the cut scenes where someone edited that video. I mean, I know I gave her a hell of a job.
And then even like with so the first episode of this that we did, it was Gershon. And I wanted it to be Gershon because like I knew Gershon had been doing this for a minute. And so if I fuck up, he can let me know. He can walk me through stuff. He can find like awkward pauses. And when I'm like, just because I was like, man, I might lose my train of thought, man, I might just be so nervous. And he was like, yeah, if I notice like you're going off path, I'll just jump in. I'm used to doing it, and I got you. I was like, yeah, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. So I had Gershon on for two reasons. A, Gershon was the one who like basically stayed on me, get on YouTube, get on YouTube, get on YouTube. So first and foremost, that was the reason I had Gershon on first. And then secondly, it was like perfect because like he could be like a mentor or a coach through like the whole process. And so after that, it started getting like less and less nerve wracking. But even to this day, bro, like I'm nervous at first. I'm still nervous every single week, but it's not nerve wracking. And I don't know why. You know, so I really now that nervous energy, I try to feed off it, right? So I just turn that energy into like more energy in myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Uh,
right,
but yeah, it's still like a little bit of nerves that go into it. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not a naturally extroverted person, but
right.
I can be extroverted when I need to be. But like my natural inclination is just to chill off in the cut.
See, that's me too. Yeah, I'm the exact same way. But I imagine it was probably easier for you with Gershon because you actually knew him. Like
Yeah,
y'all were already conversing and everything. It's
yeah.
not like when you asked me to do it, I was like, well, I typically wouldn't, but I mean, it's Mike. I mean, we talking. So yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you came on, bro. Definitely glad you came on. So opportunities, we talked about that. What about threats? Threats to the industry.
Well, as far as threats to the industry, from from what I've listened to, I like to listen to Ozzy when he talks about the threats to the industry concerning what USARK is doing and everything.
Mhm.
I try to I try my best to block those threats out from my mind because I mean it'll get you in a negative mindset to where you'll be down, be like, is this gonna end? Are they gonna ban ball pythons? And I pretty much just block that from my mind and I just keep going. And it's like, well, if that happens, I'm willing to go down with the ship because I mean I'm not getting out. I
100%.
don't getting rid of my snakes just because of the fear of what could happen. Because the way Oz said it, that fear has been around for 20 plus years now. I mean, and I don't think it's going anywhere. But I mean, USARK has been doing a awesome job since I've been in the game. I mean, they're huge for the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. Both USARK and USARK Florida. They definitely need support. Like I don't understand like how you make money off this hobby or you in this hobby or industry, whatever you want to call it, and you in there, you making money as part of your livelihood, and you don't want to support. Like you should support,
Yeah,
like in
crazy.
any way you can. Obviously, everybody like. I mean, we saw the PlayStation go for like several $1,000s. I think we got up to like 21,000 or something crazy like that. Not even crazy, but just
Yeah,
something
yeah,
high like that. You know what I mean? And they raised like over $150,000
yep,
at the auction. You know what I'm saying? And like some things went for like some really high amounts. You know what I'm saying? And all that money we know is going to a good cause. I mean, we've seen this good cause in action with this Lacey at stuff and all the stuff that was coming down the pipeline and how proactive USARK and Phil and his team was with all of this and communicating, keeping us all up to speed, you know what I'm saying, providing us like the information we need to reach out so we can reach out to our local folks, you know what I'm saying, and we can like really like band together and make a difference, right? And protect what we love. So I don't understand like how someone could be emotionally, financially, everything else invested in this, but not want to support like USARK and USARK Florida. Um,
right,
like I realize some people don't live in USARK Florida, but it's free to get a membership at USARK Florida.
right.
Those numbers help, right? So if they can say, hey, we got X amount of people, like saying we got 20,000 people versus saying we got 50,000 people. 50,000 people sound a lot better. It's strength in numbers. You know what I'm saying? So just support anywhere you can. I understand everybody ain't got it like that, but
You can give something.
you can do something.
Everybody can do
Right.
something.
Yeah, everybody can do something, especially if you're making like crazy money. Like it's folks is making crazy money. It just I'm not supporting US art.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Like why?
Espe-
Like
See, especially if you live in Florida, man, because I mean, it's been crazy that way y'all are, man. They've been at y'all for what the past couple of years now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I see where they're trying to implement some of those same laws in Georgia now.
Yeah, yeah. Like I can see Georgia following suit. Like if
Right.
Florida started doing some stuff, well, I mean, obviously Florida has already done a lot, like with the big snakes and stuff like that. But I mean, Georgia just is right there. You know what I'm saying? And they follow suit on some stuff,
Right.
and that could be pervasive throughout the state. You know what I'm saying? That's why USARK Florida is so important. I mean, because Florida is the entry point for a lot of the species, right?
Mhm.
And Florida is kind of like Florida leads on a lot of these bans and um more restrictive laws and stuff like that. So it's in everybody's interest, regardless if you're in Florida, you're in Georgia, you're in Arizona, you're in Texas, you're in North Carolina. It's in everybody's best interest to want things to go well in Florida, right?
Right. Right. If you have any reptiles.
Yeah, but yeah, they definitely be at you though.
Yeah, but I think USARK is they do an excellent job, man. Especially at all of these auctions, and I mean the people that are supporting the auctions. Like if you've never been to an auction, you won't really get the full gist of what we're talking about. But if you ever go to one of those auctions, man, it's crazy. It is nuts.
Yeah,
And if you
it
ever
is.
been to an auction with Miguel, you would think that dude is crazy.
So I've never seen Miguel at a show.
You got to see Miguel in action at an auction.
Yeah, because
Like,
I know Bob go crazy at the auction.
yeah, Bob goes nuts too. At the Tilly show, I don't know if they stopped doing it, but the cane that they used to pass around with the
I don't remember seeing the cane in Tinley.
I didn't see it either. I was wondering, did they stop doing that or what?
We got there a little bit late. Like we got there like what 5-10 minutes late. Maybe they did it like right at the beginning. But I remember seeing it.
Yeah, because I was kind of looking forward to that. Because I mean, that's what Bob and his Atlanta crew usually goes nuts at.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you see that, the Jello shots and everything, I mean, it's a party, man.
Bob is another one that's huge breeder that does a ton. I mean, a ton of and provides a ton of support for USARK. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but yeah, definitely support USARK. I don't know what more can be said about that. Definitely support. If you're not supporting, you definitely need to be supporting USARK.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So cool. All right, so bro, before I let you get out of here and enjoy the rest of your day, I got some random questions for you.
Let's go.
So it's the same random questions that I hit everybody with. So you might be prepared for them, but let's see. So if you can have dinner,
I'm not
say
prepared.
say what'd you say?
I'm firing straight from the hip. I'm not prepared at all.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like. I want that raw and uncut. So if you can have dinner with any three people, dead or alive, who would those three people be and why?
Dinner with any three people, dead or alive. Well, that's easy. One would be Ozzy Boyd.
Nice. I think we already know why.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ozzy Boyd, Jay-Z.
Okay.
Yeah, the third person. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. All right. So tell us about Hove and tell us about Trump.
Well, really, my reasoning is almost the same between all three of them. I want all three of their real estate knowledge. And I want to see where their opinions differ on different subjects in real estate.
Gotcha. So what's the question that you would ask everybody about it?
Well, my question for Jay-Z would be, I would like to have more information on investing in art. Because I've heard him talk about a lot about investing in art. And I see that Robert Kiyosaki talks a lot about investing in art as well. So I like to know what the ins and outs are on the art investment.
Gotcha.
And
That's dope.
As far as Donald Trump, it's pretty much the same as Ozzy. I want to know all about real estate. I mean, what are the ups and downs, real estate markets? What are the best times to refinance? I mean, what are the best real estate markets to start with? Because I mean, a lot of people, man, they look at those guys and say, well, he's a billionaire, and they own these big hotels and properties like that. But the thing is, those guys didn't start there. I mean, those guys started at $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 properties that are basically affordable for anybody. So I'd like to talk to them to know all the ins and outs, all the the knowledge I could soak up from them.
Yeah, soak up that knowledge, bro. Soak up that knowledge. All right. So if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you call home, bro?
It would probably be like an island. I'm not
Oh,
sure
nice.
island, but it would probably be an island because I want to be connected through the world through social media, and I do need to be able to ship my ball pythons, but I want to be away from people.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And then next one is, so if you had $10 million deposited into your bank account tomorrow, how would you use that $10 million?
9 million is going to real estate. Off top.
Yeah, I already knew that was coming, bro.
You already know, man. 9 million is going straight to real estate, and the other one, man, I would probably I don't even know what I would buy at this point. I mean, a few years ago, I would have said this fly car and big house, but like I said, man, that cash flow quadrant changed my mindset to where now the big cars and everything, they don't really excite me the same way. I get more excited about investments.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm the same way, bro. Like we was talking about earlier, like back when we was young, if I had $10 million back when I was young, I wouldn't have $10 million today.
no,
I can promise you that, bro.
no, I was an
I
idiot.
can promise you that. But if I got $10 million now, I'm like you say, a huge portion of that is going into investments in particularly real estate. In terms of like buying a house, we'll probably get a house, but it ain't gonna be nothing crazy. Like I ain't gotta stay in no mansion, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
we straight now where we at. I would definitely make sure I got my mom a house. I would definitely make sure I got my mother-in-law a house. And so like they'll be straight. And my sister have a house too. But I'm not buying a whole bunch of crazy stuff, right? I'm not buying no car. I got a car. We straight on the car. I don't gotta have like the nicest car. I definitely ain't gotta have no rims on it.
Nah, it's not.
Like crazy stuff like that. Like back in the day though, bro, I would have pulled up in something foreign.
Coming from 10 miles away. Now, another thing I would
beating down the block.
I would invest in my solid friends, the ones that I see trying to be productive. You know, if I see you're trying to invest in other positive things and you're on the right track, I would invest in what you're doing.
Yeah, and help them get that way. But
Yeah.
they had to be doing something before. You know what I'm saying?
But the friends that like I try to share my knowledge with everybody, and you run into so many people that kind of just push it off. Like, whatever. That like I refer to these books and stuff, and they don't never read it. And what really grinds my gears is when I share financial knowledge with people and they brush it off and then ask me to borrow money. I hate that. That the hell out of me, man.
Yeah,
So,
I can see why.
So like people would say, well, I would buy my family this and give my family that. If I don't see, and family, friends, it really doesn't matter who it is. If I don't see you trying to help yourself, I'm not really interested in helping either. Because at that point, I'm ticking myself off.
That make perfect sense, bro.
Oh yeah,
make perfect sense. So what's one question you wish I would have asked you, and how would you have answered it?
One question I wish you'd have asked, and how would I have answered it?
I feel like that's the hardest question, bro, at least from the feedback that I get. Every time I ask it, 9 times out of 10, they say, man, that's hard as hell.
But I got an answer for it though. But if I could buy any reptile, what would it be?
What would it be?
A desert ghost velociraptor.
No heads?
Nah, I don't want the head, man. I got unlimited money. I don't need it.
No, I'm saying DG hit something.
Maybe hit hypo. I don't need the clown. I mean, you seen Blue, man. Could you imagine a desert ghost Blue? Oh, that's nuts.
Sick, bro. And you got to be on top of your husbandry, bro. And you definitely gonna have to spend some time with your velociraptor, bro.
You damn right.
That's gonna be a full-time job.
See, that's why I need the island, man.
Yeah. That'll be a full-time. That'll be a full-time gig because you can tell Buddy had to put in some work with them velociraptors, bro.
Yeah, see, then I can go challenge Justin Cabelka. Then, hey, I bet you ain't got one of these.
Yeah, and bro, your content would be crazy, bro. All you gotta do is post a video of them doing anything the velociraptor do is going crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up, bro. DG Velociraptor. That's crazy. Would you be breeding them or just keeping?
I mean, what reptile keeper has reptiles that won't breed them? Come on, man. You imagine velociraptor eggs?
Yeah. That'll be dope, bro. That'll be dope. That'll be super dope. And they smart as hell too.
From what we've seen.
Yeah. I remember seeing the first Jurassic Park movie.
You mean like the very first one? Not the Jurassic World, but the
not original. Jurassic World, but back in the day. Like when the first one came out.
Yeah.
And the velociraptor opened the door. I was like, damn.
Oh, in the kitchen with the kids.
Yeah, they was hiding and whatnot. They thought that was good. Nah, this velociraptor was smarter than you thought. Let me up in there. But yeah, that's what's up, bro. All right, bro. So you got anything you want to say to anybody before we get out of here? I know I got a few things I want to say to wrap up.
Yeah, man. I just want to, tell everybody, man, stick to the game. Don't fear the market. Don't jump out just because you hear people talking negative. Because I mean, the negative talk, it'll be around forever. Because I mean, I hear so many people, man. Oh man, the market is crashing. The reptile market is going under. I'm getting out. I'm like, hey, well,
sky's falling.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, I wouldn't advise you to, but that's what you want to do. Go ahead. But I'm hanging in.
Me too. I'm in for the long haul, bro.
Like if the ship goes down, I'll be still on it, holding my flag up. I'm still there.
All right, bro. So tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook under Justin Thomas, on Instagram under Armless Angels, and I mean you could basically just Google Armless Angels. I mean at this point it'll come up just about everywhere.
True. All right, bro. It was a pleasure and an honor having you on the show, bro. I've been enjoying kicking it with you over the past year. Definitely enjoyed meeting you and the fam in Tinley. It was great. It was all family vibes. I'm really looking forward to the Spades game in Tinley. We got to set it up, bro. We got to get that popping. We definitely got to get that popping, bro.
Spades player, but I will play. Just give me the partner with no violence.
Real quick, how y'all play?
Well, I mean, hey, howdy. I mean, I just play. I mean, I don't know, man.
So y'all do like, because we do Joker, Deuce. I'm from Valdosta, so I'm from Valdosta, Georgia.
I have no idea what that is.
Say again?
We need to play Monopoly for me.
Okay, we can do that too. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to cheat at Monopoly, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I low-key cheat the hell in Monopoly. When I was a kid, I used to cheat at Monopoly. But I love Monopoly too. But
yeah, real estate game. I mean, it's it's a real game. It's
really putting you on game.
It's real, yeah. Yeah, the 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. That's a 1031 exchange. I mean, that's real world.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And just the mindset that you kind of have to have to win Monopoly.
Right.
Is good practice for a real world mindset in that space. So definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, bro. But like I say, man, appreciate you coming on. It was an honor. It was a pleasure having you on. Definitely appreciate you letting me be the first podcast that you took part in. Really looking forward to you doing big things. I know projects just about to be going crazy. They already going crazy, but I know it's about to just be next level, next level, next level, next level. So I know you're well respected in the game, well respected by a lot of people. Matt from Ebony and Ivory, that was my first introduction to him, was seeing like his post. Yeah, shout out to Matt. Like he got a lot of love, a lot of respect for you. When I asked him about mentors in the hobby, and he was saying Justin Thomas, hands down, that's my mentor, right? And so like I would be chatting with him, and then like Matt would be telling me stuff that you say that made hella sense. And I was like, I need Justin to be my mentor. Let's start a group chat.
And it was crazy, man. When you hit me up, you like, man, would you be my mentor too? I'm like, mentor. I'm like, man, I'm just a homie, man. I'm not mentor here. I mean, at that time, I think I was 5 years in. I'm like, I mean, I produced. I think that was my 3rd season producing. This is my 4th season. So y'all hit me up like the mentor. I'm like, I'm just one of y'all, man.
Hey, bro, but you doing it, bro, and you doing it, and you got a dope mindset about doing it, right? And so that goes a long way, bro. That goes a long way. I've learned so much just in over the past year. It's crazy, bro. And so I really appreciate being part of the circle. Again, really appreciate having you on the show. Definitely, y'all go follow him at all his social medias, and definitely go follow him on Morph Market. The links are in the description of this video. If you listen to it on the podcast platform, the link is in the description of the podcast video. I really appreciate everyone who listens to this. Again, this is the first pre-recorded episode that we've done. This is gonna air on November 3rd. November 3rd, I won't be able to do it live, and so I don't want to miss a week. And so like it's just like the perfect opportunity. The stars align. But yeah, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you're listening on the podcast platform, please rate, review, subscribe, do all that. I really appreciate all the support. Appreciate y'all coming out, showing love for the fam every week. Bro, again, appreciate you coming on. Everybody out there, thank y'all for coming out. Be blessed. Peace.